Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jerry Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. Lots to go, so let's get going. NFL honored Charlie Kirk for the most part. 5 teams, so I guess maybe a third of the teams didn't. I thought it was only 3. 5 teams: Baltimore, Cincinnati Bengals, Detroit Lions, Indianapolis Colts, and Minnesota Vikings did not honor Charlie Kirk. The Dallas Cowboys did, was received well. Jets did, received well. Every place it was done, it was received well. The NFL said, let's get rid of hate, stop the hate, Black Lives Matter, we're all in this together, we need each other, it takes all of us. All the stuff that they did, they became political. George Floyd crap. But they're not going to do it for Charlie Kirk, a good guy who's assassinated. Governor Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, has endorsed Zohan Mandami. Said she had a conversation about him keeping children safe and keeping prices down. And then she said she had a conversation about anti-Semitism. Not that he agreed with her. J.D. Vance is going to host right now Charlie Kirk's show at 12 o'clock, and it's going to be interesting. It's on Rumble, Kirk's website, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. House of Prayer, this wild, weird church, 22 million fraud. The founder and 7 leaders indicted, swindling millions from military members and veterans. They might as well have done it from widows and orphans too. Charlie Kirk services will be Sunday, September 21st at 10 a.m. at the State Farm Stadium in Arizona. President Trump will attend. Charlie Kirk's database. There's a database. Now, I've gotten bombarded with people saying, Eric, this person's saying this person's saying this. I get it. But I can't post about every single one of them. There are all so many of them. But report them to the database and let the database do its thing. Charlie Kirk poster. You ready for this? Somebody goes in Office Depot, has a Charlie Kirk poster, wants to get it copied. A Michigan employee was fired after a refusal to print the vigil posters. Unbelievable. Tyler Robinson's partner, Lance Twiggs, what a freaking name, is a transgender female transgendering to a man or man transgendering a woman. I forget. By the way, the FBI, I want to keep it on this one. The FBI, Kash Patel today announced they got the goods on him. They got the DNA on him. Everybody around him is talking. The partner's talking. The parents are talking. The friends are talking. He was in chat rooms talking about it. He was texting about it. And in fact, Tyler Robinson, when it looked like he looked like the shooter, was joking around about him being the shooter. And he told his buddies, turn me in only if I get part of the cut. I mean, this guy's flaky, right? Eric Kirk, brave woman. She addressed the nation. 18,000 new chapter requests, colleges and high schools. Previously, 9 to 1,000 high school chapters. Wow. Boom. Boom. The conversation. People say we need to have a conversation. Charlie Kirk held the conversation. He was all about the conversation. And they killed him. Where do we go from here? I tell you where we go from here. We got to defend ourselves. You know, they're not messing around. They're trying to kill us. I got a death threat. Another one. I get them all the time. But this one, I took serious. Turned it over to the FBI. Greg Gutfeld, he mocked Howard Kurtz because Howard Kurtz, he said, Charlie Kirk wasn't a saint, and he wasn't perfect, and blah, blah, blah. Gutfeld mocked the hell out of him. I stand with Gutfeld 99.9% of the time. Democratic donors don't want to give to Joe Biden's library. I wonder why. Can't get nothing back anymore. And Bernie Sanders gave a very eloquent speech about free speech. And Charlie Kirk. Handle it the way you're supposed to handle it when you're on the other side. 2 Democratic governors, the Colorado Governor Jared Polis and Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, a target of an assassination attempt, had their states lower the flags half-mast for Charlie Kirk. Smart guys right there. By the way, relative to Bernie Sanders, I can tell you this right now, me and everybody else that I knew, we were so scared of Barack Obama being assassinated when he was president. We were scared to death because we didn't know what would happen if somebody assassinated him. You got to be stupid to want the assassination of your political enemies because it doesn't hurt you. It hurts. I mean, it doesn't hurt them. It hurts you. It hurts your cause. World news. Wow, Charlie Kirk, they turned out in hundreds of thousands in London, maybe even 1 million. Charlie Kirk. Why? Because London's trying to take away their free speech. Same thing happened in South Korea. People turned out hundreds of thousands for Charlie Kirk saying, I'm Charlie Kirk. Powerful. Rubio is in Israel. Apparently had a 2-hour meeting with Netanyahu talking about Netanyahu's hit on Qatar, or Qatar, whatever you want to call it. Russia, they invaded Romania's airspace with a drone. Accident or not? You have to assume it's not an accident if it's Russia. And Trump says the NATO countries should stop buying their oil. I agree with you, Mr. President, but it's time for us to drop the hammer on him. Sanctions too. All right, pop culture. The Emmys last night. The big winners were the pit and the studio. I watched some of the studio. It was Seth Rogen and company. It was bad. I couldn't watch it. Stephen Colbert got a standing ovation. That's what happens when you get canceled and you stand before all the libs. Mick Jagger gave a wonderful tribute to Charlie Kirk. He said what everybody else was thinking. It made him sick. He also did a 911 tribute. Sports Without Boundaries. Well, the NFL scores are as follows. I got them this week. Rams 33, Titans 19. Jaguars 27, Bengals 31. Rams 33, Titans 19. Bengals 31, Jaguars 27. Ravens 41, Browns 17. Bills 30, Jets 10. Patriots 33, Dolphins 27. 49ers 26. Mac Jones over the Saints 26-21. Cowboys 40, Giants 37. More on that in a minute. Lions 52, Bears 21. Seahawks 31, Steelers 17. Colts 29, Broncos 28. Daniel Jones must not have been the freaking problem, right? Cardinals 27, Panthers 22. Eagles 20, Chiefs 17. Travis Kelce dropped the ball in the end zone, cost him the game. Falcons 22, Vikings 6. All right, NCAA scores. Indiana 73, Indiana State 0. Ohio State 37, Ohio 9. Penn State 52, Villanova 6. LSU 20, Florida 10. Georgia 44, Tennessee 41 in overtime. Tennessee blew it. Texas 27, UTEP 10. Arch Manning sucks. Notre Dame 40, Texas A&M 41. Notre Dame could have went up by 7, just kicking the extra point. They went for 2 and they end up losing. Dumb. Georgia Tech 24, Clemson 21. Alabama 38, Wisconsin 14. Michigan 63, Central Michigan 3. Cowboys signed after the game Jadeveon Clowney. Woo! Great rusher. And the Cowboys won 40-37. Aubrey, their kicker, kicked a 64-yarder with no time left to send it into overtime. Wow. Aaron Judge of the Yankees says he wants Donald Trump to hang out in the locker room more often. And Scotty Scheffler won the Pro Cord Championship yesterday. 6th victory of the year. And your Shakespeare insult of the day is, don't be a navish, dull-eyed bumbally. This is a Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.